Hey guys, my name is Asperjova, and welcome back to the long-awaited return of the Borussia Dortmund career mode. It has been almost 2 months since I last uploaded one of these. I'm just going to show you how many games I did play. So there was the last game that we played in the Super Cup against Bayern, which we did win. Then it's been like 3 months in game, so there was a win against Stuttgart, and then we lost against Bayern Munich. And then I believe this was a draw. Yeah, draw against Cologne or Köln. I have no idea this yet. Win in the Champions League against Villarreal. Win over Hanover. Win over Augsburg. Win over Hertha Berlin. And then we go into October, which is the present month. And a big win over PSG. A huge win over Werder Bremen. Win over Mönchengladbach. A draw against Dynamo Zagreb, which is kind of disappointing. A massive win against Hamburg. And then here we are at the DFB Pokal round of 2 against Schalke. So, really quickly before we actually do jump into the game, I completely changed up the sliders that I use. So, I went onto a website, which I will link in the description, and it has the most realistic sliders for a game of FIFA. So, as you can see, like, sprint speed is way down because already, in my opinion, before I even use the sliders, the players were just running way too quickly. So I play on Legendary, and then these are the CPU and regular, like player-controlled sliders. So if you do want to copy those down, feel free to. I just wanted to showcase the new ones because I originally had everything just on 50-50, so it wasn't the best. And now, instead of waiting 18 hours for the team sheets to pop up in-game, I'm just going to show them to you before the start of the game. So hopefully you caught a glimpse of the team sheet while I was talking there. I really am unhappy so far with David De Gea in goal, and you're going to see why a little bit later in this episode. And I can't recall if in the previous episode he was bad. I don't think I was too happy with him in the first episode. Or maybe I was off camera when I was playing games, the 3 months of games I played. I definitely was not satisfied with him during those months. So we now kick off in the DFB Pokal round of second round, against Schalke. Andre Kramaric, World Cup finalist, kicking us off there. The first chance of the game would fall to Schalke, and it's a brilliant save by Mr. Hitz there of Switzerland. Got cut down the angle really well, and really there was nowhere for him to go. Off the chest, kind of a weird save animation, but it got the job done. And again, Schalke would have a chance here. Great tackle by Zagadou, and then he keeps the ball in here. Look at that monstrous play by Dan Axel Zagadou. And then Aouar puts in the rotor, puts it in Isak, puts it back into Philip, and then a mistake, and Alexander Isak buries it for the first goal of the game. That all started with a monstrous play by Alexander Isak, a monstrous play by Dan Axel Zagadou, as you can see celebrating right there. Keeps the ball in, he makes a tackle, then he keeps the ball in, then he passes it up, and eventually it results in a good strike by Alexander Isak. So we took a 1-0 lead in this game. However, how long would that last? The answer to that question is not very long. As you can see here, Marwin Hitz makes a mistake, plays it right to a Schalke player. Then he slipped in here, and Andre Kramaric makes it 1-1 right before halftime. So we were looking good going into halftime, and all of a sudden we concede this goal, and everything just goes, well, for lack of a better term, tits up, is what happened. The Felipe Luis transferred there, only in the second season, by the way, so obviously not a lot of players have been retiring or are retired yet. But look at the horrific defending. Hitz is left hung up to dry, and Andre Kramaric does make it 1-1. However, usually you'd expect me to cut the video right about there. No, I did not cut the video right there, and you're going to see why in about 10 seconds. We got the ball right from the half. Isak played in Marius Wolf, and one of the weirdest goal animations I have ever seen puts us 2-1 up, and we're not even in the second half yet. An extremely lucky finish, and it was one of the top 5, I'd say probably top 5 weirdest like finishing animations I've ever seen. You're probably gonna see it here on the replay. He like slips or slides into it, but like he still gets like so much curve on it that it like goes up, but then it goes down really quickly. And I seriously don't understand how that ended up in the back of the net. But Marius Wolf, give you a little hint, that is not the first goal he scores in this episode, or that is not the only goal he scores in this episode. We get a chance here. Jadon Sancho puts through Alexander Isak. It's a golden opportunity to put the game away, and Isak, oh my god. Oh my god. It's not even close. It's literally not even close. There is the 58 shot error coming into play right there. And then a good save by Marvin Hitt to tip it over the crossbar. Really important save there in the 87th minute. We could have headed to extra time, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a replay. I'm not too sure on the rules of the DFB call. But that was the last action of the game. All 3 goals coming in the first half. And we run out 2-1 victors against Schalke. Now then we would head into a Bundesliga sim game up against Hoffenheim. I do usually simulate these pretty quickly, so after I realized that I was supposed to be simulating, I did, and we got a 2-0 win with Werner and Vinicius Jr. scoring the goals. And here is the team sheet again for our Champions League clash with Dynamo Zagreb coming up right now. As you can see there, David De Gea coming back into the side. See how he does in this game. Maybe good, maybe not. He's very hit or miss, I guess you could say. The problem I have with him is that he parries everything. He doesn't catch anything. That's excuse me. That's a real life thing as well. David De Gea does not catch a lot. However, most of the shots that he does receive are not very catchable. But David De Gea proving to me why he should be starting more games, because he actually hasn't started like a significant more amount than like Marvin Hitz has. I believe during this episode I checked, I think David De Gea was on 14 and like Hitz was on 8, and Chekiami I believe was on maybe like 2 or 3. But another good save by David De Gea here. This one I believe is harder. It's going all the way across the goal. Srirachi can't get in the way, but De Gea is down to his left to make a good save and put that one up for a corner. Right before halftime again here, could we see the halftime curse coming into players. Christian Pulisic played in. Pulisic cuts in and somehow sneaks it in. Broke one of the defender's ankles into oblivion. And the American, who is now going to be playing for Chelsea by the start of an in-game this season, but in real life he's going to be playing there next season, has scored a quite strange goal here. You're going to see he's put through, breaks this defender's ankles, and then he goes nutmeg on the goalkeeper. You're going to see here, is it through 2 pairs? Nope, only 1 pair of legs. So it's only 1 pair of legs for the nutmeg, but it is still a good goal nonetheless, and we are 1-0 up. The halftime curse strikes again. However, would that be the last we see of it? No, it would not be. And Dynamo Zagreb take their advantage of the halftime curse. Last time they scored, then we scored. That was the game against Schalke. But now we scored and then they scored. I might have just said the same exact thing twice in a row. Shut up. However, this goal was completely my fault. Player error there. I called out De Gea. Didn't really know what I was doing. There's a block shot there. Only as far as Pulisic though. Here's Dahoud. Onto Mario Götze, who takes a bit of a balloon touch and he still gets the shot. And that is an insanely cool save animation there. You can see being pulled up by the Dynamo Zagreb goalkeeper. You can see it looks even better here on the replay. And I don't know how that animation might have happened if I didn't have 49 goalkeeping ability on both goalkeepers. But Vinicius Jr. here missed an absolute sitter. Look at this chance. Skies it. He skied it over the crossbar. And now we are pushing up far to try and get that second goal here. Could we be caught out on the break? Here's Orsic. I decided to call out David De Gea for some reason. Horrible mistake. Completely hashed finish. But it ends up in the back of the net anyway. And Dynamo Zagreb have scored in the 88th minute to cause an upset against Borussia Dortmund. I don't know what I was doing with David De Gea, but even then, he should have made it at least an attempt to clear it, which he didn't. and it's 2-1 to Dynamo Zagreb. That is really why I was pissed off at David De Gea, even though that was more my fault than his fault. So 2 goalkeeper errors on behalf of me saw us lose this game in the 89th minute, 2-1 to Dynamo Zagreb, which is quite disappointing. However, we don't have time to dwell on that as we go right back into the league to face RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. So I went with Marwin Hitz again in goal because I was quite pissed off at David De Gea at that moment, so I decided to give the Swiss another chance in between the sticks. We will start off here with an insanely close call. Barely not going in, but it didn't. It stayed out, and we would continue to press high up the pitch. Marco Reus getting it over to Rafael Guerrero, and then one of our top scorers all season, Marco Reus, scores again, and we take a 1-0 lead only in the 20th minute. It was a very well-worked goal between Reus and Guerrero, the main two, down the left-hand side, creating this opportunity. And Marco Reus, really, he really couldn't miss the finish. He's not Vinicius Jr. He's not going to sky that. He's not Alexander Isak. He's not going to sky that. And he gets his 7th goal in the Bundesliga. There's a great ball by Thomas Delaney, pulled into Marius Wolf, and I said you wouldn't see the last of him, but here's Marius Wolf! Somehow, the shot goes in. I don't know what Peter Golaski was doing, but Marius Wolf's just really, I guess the power is what did him, and the power is just too much for him. Marius Wolf just slams it at Peter Golaski, and he can't keep it out of the net. He's turning backwards too, so that's only going one way, and that's into the back of the net. Marius Wolf scores his first goal in the Bundesliga this season, but we weren't done. Is it the halftime curse again? And Alexander Isak puts it inches wide. And now we head off into the second half, where Isak is in the danger again, and Aouar is put through, and Hassam Aouar, I hope I'm saying that right, has scored for us. An insanely cheeky finish, as you're going to see on the replay here. Really, it was just really calm and composed from the Frenchman, and Peter Golaski really just hung out to dry by his defense. That's his 3rd goal in the Bundesliga this season. But RB Leipzig, we're not going down without a fight. We try to clear the ball here. Zagadou trips over his own humongous legs and crosses into the back post, and it somehow ends up in the back of the net. I don't know how. It is one of the dumbest situations on this game, where it's just over the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper for some reason does not have a save animation for that, so he just backpedals to the back post and gets nothing on it. And then we gave it away here in the 92nd minute, and RB Leipzig would get a second one back. And now I was a bit worried, not gonna lie. I started getting a bit worried. Marwin Hitz gives the ball away. This is another goalkeeper mistake, but the goalkeeper mistake yet again is by me. It's player error that is costing us these goals. We could have kept 2 clean sheets in the past 2 games. Well, maybe not, because of that really stupid goal in this game by, I guess Poljan was an own goal. But El Shawari punished us there at the end, but it was not enough because we did take a 3-2 win in the end. And then we would head back into the Bundesliga again for another sim game. I was expecting a win here, not gonna lie. We ended up expecting to win, and we only got a draw. Kramaric scored in the 79th minute, but Marco Reus was on the scoring sheet again. And then for the final game of this episode, we're taking on Villarreal in the Champions League. Now this was pretty much a must-win game, and I was fed up with all the first two choice goalkeepers making mistakes. So I said, you know what? Let's give the 16-year-old Chekimani, I'm not too sure. He's from Morocco. He's 6'7", and he is 16 years old. So he's already pretty high rated too for being 16. So he probably has an insanely bright future. Here's Marius Wolf. I said it wouldn't be the last you saw of him, but that's got to be a goal when you think about it. And now Villarreal would have a chance to punish us here. Whipped in kind of on top of the box, and a chance off the post, and it scrambled in. Yeah, I don't really have any words for that. Like, shithousery from Villarreal, really. Horrendous defending by Borussia Dortmund. But, you know, when stuff like that happens, you just gotta shake your head and say, well, that was horrible. Horrible defending. Chekimani tries his best to get up and save the second shot, but his whole 6'7" frame could not keep out Pablo Fornal's effort. And then Villarreal have a corner right before halftime, and it would go in? I was so confused when this first happened. At first I thought it was their goal. I knew it was their goal, but then I thought it cleared it off the line. But apparently it wasn't a strong enough header by Toljan to get it off the line. Chekimani probably should be saving that. And I thought we cleared it, and then you saw a weird glitch there. And it turns out it was an own goal. Omar Toprak scored the goal. So I was in desperate need here, and Shinji Kagawa absolutely roofs the ball. Was not expecting that. Was just trying to put it to the other side of the goalkeeper. And Kagawa absolutely lasered it into the top corner. Surprised he could still do that with the new finishing error applied, but he still gets a very nice strike off. And now it's only 2-1. So, comeback is coming. I can feel it. Kagawa, again the source of the danger. Vinicius Jr. to Rafael Guerrero. And we would make it 2-2. But, would that be enough? Would that be enough to secure us a place in the next round of the Champions League? No, absolutely not. Our table is insanely tightly packed, so we're going to have to win every single game that we can. I don't know how that wasn't offside. He might have actually made an insanely good run for a left back. Or maybe he took a deflection off a player or something. I am so not sure. But we are still mounting the pressure, and here's Dahoud, and there's Werner. How does Timo Werner miss from there? This episode, Timo Werner has been virtually non-existent, and he did not do anything to help himself there. But we were caught out here, but good thing Chekimani was there together. And then Dahoud with the last chance of the game! Misses. He missed it. Mahmoud Dahoud missed the last chance of the game. Or so I thought it was the last chance of the game, until Shinji Kagawa broke through here in the 88th minute, and he would have a shot, and it would go in, and we finally win a Champions League game in this episode. We were victim to some pretty stupid actions on my part, to be fair, in the last game against Dynamo Zagreb, and you're going to see on the replay here that it was not all Kagawa that made the shot go in. It was a big deflection, actually, that carried the shot into the back of the net. So, just take a look here. Big deflection. I was originally aiming for the other side, obviously, so I was kind of confused when it went on to that side. But Shinji Kagawa, with his second of the game, I think he was credited for it. Yeah, he was. Putting us 3-2 up in the 89th minute, and that was the game winner. So, we won that game 3-2. Another own goal, which sucks, but yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy the return of the Borussia Dortmund career mode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And guys, my name is Asperchova, and I will see you guys next time.